Operation Deep Freeze. I'm Camille Salazar-Hadaway, and we're gearing up for the final
where are they
season
filming
of Year 8
these?
of Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, they got so
to
loud.
get us started, creative director Alexander Karpazis is here
It's
with
clipping.
an overview of the season and some roadmap updates.
You guys hear that, right? Where it's like kind of almost staticky. I had to turn it down a bit.
Hello everyone, and welcome to
this is doing it too.
Deep Freeze. The entire Siege team is really proud of the work
clipping
that
so
we're about
much.
to show you today. Before that,
There's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry, chat.
That we want to communicate to you. One of the big changes is the shield rework that we talked about earlier in the year. We want to give it a bit more time before we can finally put on the polish that it deserves.
Oh, it's
which
beta
means
now.
that we'll be pushing it into Year 9 Season 1.
Oh.
However, we want to show you these changes this season. So expect a test server to go live where you can check out all of the work in progress changes we're bringing to Shields. And you'll also have the ability to give us feedback on these changes before they go into the next season. On top of all of this, we have a new operator, Tubarão, who's coming to the game, joining Wolfguard and hailing from Portugal. He has a new ability.
Oh, right, he's from Portugal. That's why it's like, I was like, it sounds like a Brazilian name.
Element to other gadgets in
oh, he's got the wave.
We have a new map as well, the Lair, which is Deimos's HQ for all of his nefarious deeds.
Nefarious.
There's much more. This is just the tip of the iceberg when we talk about Operation Deep Freeze.
You may have seen the teaser trailer for the new season's map.
Yes, we did.
Now it's time for the
My concern is that this map looks like it has almost zero soft destruction.
Headquarters, where Assistant Director of Level Design, Mahdi Tayab,
Mahdi's a bit better now.
guide.
It slightly is. It's not clipping as much, which is good.
So Lair is coming to Season 4.
I'll turn it up a little bit.
Lair is a huge military facility inside of a giant cave, and it helped us design different type of gameplay. For example, one of the spawn point, the shooting range, leads directly to the top floor since its elevation is at the same point. So this is one of the cool features of the map. Since it's a cave, you can imagine there's lots of different tunnels, there's lots of access, and these spawns are also very safe.
What the?
So if we look floor by floor,
I better not go right into the building.
Let's start with the basement. You can imagine it's very damp, dirty. They work with dangerous chemicals.
Okay, one soft wall, two soft walls.
We have one objective, lab and lab
Okay, this is
What's interesting
this is
that
a much
the lab
better
is
view.
right at the center of the
I'm not
layout.
mistaken.
So most paths will inevitably
late.
rejoin into the objective. So from round to round, you can use different type of strategies and you'll always find something new. The first floor, in contrast with the basement, is a lot cleaner, it's a lot brighter. On this floor, we have two objectives.
I see another soft wall.
One of the objective is
First floor is way
bunk
smaller than
and
basement.
briefing room. Interesting thing is that players on defense will have to watch out for the breachable external wall, but we make sure to give enough covers on both ends to make sure that the defenders have enough flanking
I think
path.
people are going to complain about this map because from this, like, it looks like a bunch of just small rooms connected, and people always complain about that. I like that.
Can use the shooting range
I don't like
to
hallways.
get into the objective. Let's talk about the second floor. Also very different compared to basement and first floor. It has a more refined look. We have an objective there, which is office and R6 investigation.
It does look like it plays out weirdly, though. I don't know. It's hard to tell without having played it. It seems odd.
Right into the objectives, but they have to watch out because defenders also have vantage point into the mezzanine. So what excites me the most about this map is
I like this. This lobby looks cool.
To attack, defend, and lots of different ways to strategize all of it. Lair won't be bannable for Operation Deep Freeze.
Ooh, okay, that's good.
You enjoyed the map.
I got lost in the spawn multiple times.
Will mark the full launch of the reputation system, complete
early
with
access
new
insight
UI and a grace period during which the team will continue
that means
to monitor
so spawn's
the
confusing, but the rest of the map is good. That's good to know.
On this new phase, let's hear from UX designer Roland Poe.
Player protection. Let's see how much they care about cheaters and stuff.
With the launch of the commendation system,
he's got the Azami jacket.
We've been
That's
really
cool.
happy to see how everyone's been using it. Giving and receiving
And hiding spots are
commands,
back.
getting the
Ooh,
alpha pack
I like
drops
that.
and maintaining their streaks, and just generally celebrating the positivities that Siege has to offer.
8
We've
Valor?
also
Bro, I got
been
like
monitoring
200.
the system and listening to your
Step it
feedback,
up.
which is why the commendation system and reputation system were hooked together, now acting as one to provide guidance, to promote
I
positivity.
have like 300
and to create
overall
a safe play
commendations,
space
and my
for all.
reputation's still
In
not
Year 8
exemplary,
Season
so...
4, we're going to be activating the reputation system in a grace period. And what that means is you're going to see new UI in the Reputation Center, you're going to see increased notices in-game, and the first look at the impacts that will start to affect your account.
Greatly increased rewards. Faster progress for extra alpha packs. What does that mean?
To the rewards you get at the end of each match. It can be access to playlists.
Greatly increased. Does that mean like 2% increase?
And exclusive cosmetic bonuses. With the updated Reputation Center UI, you're going to see a lot of information all about how to get the best standings. You'll see information about how the system works, about each of the individual standings, and personalized information dedicated to you. You'll see things such as
that was what he was at the lowest level.
About the
too much. I can't process all of this.
Your account once we leave grace period, as well as tips and tricks you can use in your matches, throughout the game, and even beyond.
Tip: high friendly fire. Don't shoot teammates.
And great Siege players. As always, we'll be monitoring the system.
There's too much to
and
read.
listening to your feedback.
That's going too fast.
And with everyone together, making the
Wish I could read it all.
community as great as it can be.
Next up is an explosive topic that's been cooking up for quite some time.
The audio's out of sync.
They're changing, and Associate Game Director Joshua Mills is here to tell you how and why.
I can't focus on that now because she's talking, but the audio is way off.
So the current state of frag grenades in Siege is that they're incredibly powerful.
Oh, him
Basically,
too.
They are killing machines. You don't have time to react to them if they're cooked properly. And they can take out a decent amount of utility, and by decent, I mean all utility.
Whatever. I'm not going to refresh it because I might get ads.
And they can take down soft destruction. What are we doing with the frags? We're removing the ability to cook the grenades. They're still as powerful as before as far as like the damage they can do and their killing potential, but it's more reactive for the defenders. So basically a grenade comes in, you have to make a decision. Do you move into more precarious position? But again, we are removing the
so with
ability to cook
nades.
them. When you deploy them, they'll have a 4-second fuse timer on them. And then after bouncing off a surface, that fuse timer actually drops a little bit. This is very similar to how the flash grenades work currently. The biggest benefit to the change that we're trying to do with the frags is to allow operator diverse loadouts, which is, it's not the must pick. It is pick based on scenario and based on situation you're in. You
I
can't
think
just
this is
have the one
fine.
pick
I know a
option
lot of people are
that is the
freaking out about
option,
this, but I
because
think
there's
this
no
is
point for
okay.
anything else to exist if that's
Having
the case.
nades
We
be
want
like
that
a must
and
pick is just
distributing.
terrible.
We want more operators to have them and have access to them and be able to
Blackbeard
play
buff.
around with coming
That's
from
why I had to
ways
upload
to
Blackbeard
play
video
around.
today because I realized it was going to be obsolete in 2 days.
This season, the Rainbow Six Siege team is looking for players to participate in the Siege Marketplace beta. To tell us more about what that is and how to register for it,
I don't know how I
here's
feel about
Business
this.
Strategy Director Mohammed Ben Hanada.
Siege does not have good enough skins for a marketplace. I'm just throwing that out there.
We are
It's not
happy
like
to announce that
Counter-Strike.
we'll be launching a marketplace on Siege. So for over 8 years, we have released hundreds and thousands of skins on Rainbow Six Siege. This is a place where you'll be able to buy and sell skins between each other. We want to give you the possibility to actually sell the skins that you don't want anymore and to buy skins that you no longer can get from the store. You will be able to register for this marketplace beta through the QR code or the website link on the screen right now. This marketplace will be available on browser, through PC or mobile. All of the transactions will be made through Rainbow Six credits on this platform. We will be selecting players.
Being
to give
just
us
credits
feedback,
makes it seem
test the
pointless.
feature before we fully
It's like I
launch
can
it
sell
in the
skins, cool. What am I going to spend my credits on? I guess
Coordination, teamwork,
other skins? I don't know.
and map knowledge are crucial
Oh
in
my god,
Siege.
it's so out of sync.
Easier said than done, of course, but 2 features coming this season will give you new ways to practice with
I don't
your
know if it's
friends
just me or
and
not.
sharpen your skills. Easier said than done, of course, but 2 features coming this
No,
season
it's
will
the
give
stream.
you new ways to practice with your friends and sharpen your skills. Technical architect Alex Busby,
Yeah, it's
creative
the stream,
director
it's not
Alexander
me.
Karpazes, and associate game director Christopher Budgeon have all the details.
Also now I'm like behind now because on YouTube. Whatever, it's fine.
With Year 8 Season 4, we're introducing the Versus AI playlist. The first iteration of this playlist
That guy kinda-
will allow our players to compete against
Who
Defender
did he look like? Like
AI
a young Brad Pitt
operators
a little bit, right?
in Clubhouse in our bomb game mode. And these AI are a bit different from what our players are used to. They are engineered and designed to emulate how our players play the game. Some experienced players might even notice the AI using their favorite power positions or gadget strategies.
Oh, those.
Launched, the
Oh,
Versus
it's
AI
like
playlist
AI
with 2
operators.
difficulty levels. The first aimed at onboarding new players, so a bit more of a forgiving environment to help people learn and enjoy the mechanics of Siege.
Glad I
While the
switched to
second
YouTube.
is there to provide a more challenging environment for our elite players to warm up with. You will join a game, you will matchmake, you will have friends in your squad. The AI will be setting up the bomb site. They'll be putting gadgets in the same place as players do.
I'm not trying to be negative when I say this, but like, I don't know if I trust Ubisoft to make good AI.
New
You know?
operators available for the AI to choose from, new maps, and players will be able to play as the defending team against attacker AI.
I can't focus on this. This guy's way too attractive.
MapRun is a new learning tool we're bringing for players, which allows them to specifically learn maps. It will be focused on guiding players on how to navigate and how to learn callouts and how to communicate with your squad.
Bro, I
With
was
MapRun, we
telling
have
people to do this
two
back in
learning
like year
modes,
3. I'm
the
happy
target
they
drill
finally fucking brought it
and
out.
the landmark drill. Within the landmark drill, players will be given an image as well as some different information about that specific location. Once they find that landmark, they'll be able to interact with it and they'll be given a new one. In target drill, there'll be pre-placed dummies and commonly found enemy positions on the map. That way, you can get in with your squad and start to think about where do we clear the map? Where are enemies commonly found? Where do they like to hide? In the target drill, you can turn aggression on or off. So now the dummies will shoot back and you'll have to get into a good position while you clear the room.
That's actually a good
MapRun will launch
change.
with
Dub.
7 maps. This will include our new layer map as well as the revamped consulate
It
map.
is funny that
Try
it
learning
took them
layers
8 years
through
to do
MapRun.
this, but
this is the
I'm happy they
beginning
finally
of
did
MapRun,
something.
and we really want to hear from you. What training tools do you want from an experienced player? What training tools
Where
do
to
you
plant.
want to bring your new friends into the game? All of this information will be great for us as we continue to
How to do
build
site
and
setup,
evolve MapRun.
most
for the
popular
years to come.
setups and stuff.
So you just saw a lot of exciting stuff when it
I'm
comes
worried
to
that's
the
gonna be a
AI
little bit too
playlist and all
advanced
of the
for new
onboarding
players.
features that we're introducing this year. This does come to a difficult conversation when it comes to situations and training grounds in the game. We'll
Goodbye,
be
T-Hunt.
removing situations and training grounds, or as some others call it, T-Hunt, from the game. This is a very difficult decision for some very good reasons. We're introducing a lot of tools today
What's the good
that
reason?
teach the player the game and allow them to warm up.
I'm not
and it
hearing a good
brings them
reason.
Closer to that true experience of our ranked game mode. Every single time that we
So,
change an operator,
just so you guys
update
know,
a map, or change the
you have
balancing
2
that
weeks to
affected
get the
T-Hunt,
Article 5
it
skin,
meant that
and then
we
it's gone
diverted
forever.
resources away from us making
But we can sell it on the
better and
marketplace.
improved features in the game itself. But we are committed to the features of AI Playlist, the map run feature, which you just saw, and finally, we'll be bringing even more updates to the shooting range so that new players and experienced veterans will have what they need to experience Siege to the fullest.
Quick question. Do you play Siege with a controller?
It's getting even more out of sync,
Then
isn't
I've
it?
got 3 words for you.
Oh, this is huge for console.
Full controller remapping. And that's not all.
We didn't hear a reason as to why they removed
T-Hunt,
T-Hunt,
is
but
here to share the good news.
like an actual technical reason.
We are excited to announce that we are rolling out the first iteration of input customization for controllers.
I think this was supposed to come
This
out
will allow
like the season that we're
controller
in.
players to map up their own schematic, which is great, since those bring benefits to players wishing to get
Wait.
an edge of their game and accessibility
It says
for
lean
players
left
with
while
special
aiming, but
needs.
there's no
We
lean
are
left without
also
aiming.
planning to bring several smaller features, like for example, the trigger dead zone customization and
So you won't be able to
stick
hip
dead zone
lean?
tweaking that comes
the
as
reason they
direct
specify it,
result
so you must be
of
able to.
community request. Stick dead zones can now be set all the way down to 0. Just bear in mind that some devices might have drift issues depending on their make and condition. Another feature that players have been actively mentioning is improving the hip leaning input on controllers. Something we're
Oh,
glad
okay,
to
so you can't
announce
hip
we
lean,
have
but
a
once you
solution coming
lean
later this
and
season.
unaimed on sight, you can keep it.
When you take a look at the Operation Deep Freeze Battle Pass rewards this season, you'll notice a few helpful changes.
They're finally making the Battle
Business
Pass
Strategy Director
make
Mohammed
sense?
Ben-Hanada is back to give us the scoop.
It finally isn't gonna look like fucking ass.
I told you last season that we will be looking at improving the navigation on the Battle
Oh
Pass.
my god,
This
now
season,
finally.
we'll be bringing the map that will be interactive. It's an easier way
Oh
for you
my
to actually see the
god.
overall Battle
It
Pass
only
and
took them
navigate
1
through it.
year,
Can't
but
wait
they
to have your
finally
feedbacks
did
on
it.
this, and it's only a first step to improve the navigation. in
It's
the Battle
finally
Pass.
not
Again,
ass.
Stay tuned for even more.
It's time to learn more about the operator who gives Operation Deep Freeze its name.
Oh yeah, we haven't
need
even
to
heard
cool
about the new
things
operator.
down
I completely
and
forgot
put
about
the
that.
attack on ice.
The
You'll
future
want
is now.
Tobarao on your team. Art director Joanna Choi is here for insights on the design of this operator, and then we'll go to director of gameplay design Jeremy Carvin and game designer Dominic Clement for details on Tobarao's chilling gadget.
I'm trying not to look at her lips because noticing the huge desync just bothers me so much.
The idea came from visual inspirations like Portuguese surfing champions. So we suit him with military-grade diving gear as well as a
Surfing
diving survival
champions?
knife. And of course, we top that off with
What
the
does that have to do with the
traditional
military?
DAE signature beret. We also gave him wide shoulders from swimming, and we gave him a big wide smile to draw people in. But at the same time, he's very empathetic and he has kind eyes.
So for Tobarao, we created this modern cryogenic canister.
I'm happy they
which
didn't do
contain
too much
liquid
lore.
nitrogen and liquid oxygen that are separated for security reasons. And when the canister is ready to get thrown, the two liquids are blended, creating this mixture that has strong cooling capacities. The canister has a glass that will break on impact, releasing this compound that will spread around and that will affect all the surfaces and all the objects that it gets in contact with.
Diving deeper into
It better not be that big of an area.
Tobarao bring the Zoto canister. These things are throwable that will detonate on impact. And when they detonate, they will release a super cool
That's a pretty large
compound
area.
that will freeze pretty much everything in its path. As an attacker, when you step into this effect, you're gonna notice it. You're gonna be slowed down.
Oh, I thought it would
You'll
hope.
also be
I was hoping
leaving
it would actually
frozen
freeze you.
footsteps. So these footsteps are visible on the surface you're walking on, but be careful because they're also visible on the surface below. The effect is
Ooh,
not
that's cool.
everlasting. It's only a few seconds. If you have any of your gadgets that are in the area of effect of the Zoto canister, they will be disabled or they will be paused. We realized that, well, with really cool temperature, your electronics go down. If you have enough ice, you can also affect mechanical gadget, like mechanical joints and stuff like that. So that was kind of like the eureka moment where we was like, it can also be affecting mechanical gadgets. So when you're facing a termite and you see the charge start to fuse, you have this moment of reaction where you can deploy your Zoto canister on the wall. You're going to be stopping the termite and its track. And now you're giving your team breathing room and some time to kind of think, okay, what's going to happen?
So it works
What are we going to do
instantly.
with this? Because it's not going to destroy the termite charge. It's just going to freeze it and stop it for a second. The wall is still going to blow up at the end of the effect. Tobarao's role is one of a flex operator. This operator can both play as a roamer and as an anchor. As an anchor, Tobarao's role is really to kind of slow down a push so that the defender can really react to whatever the attacker are throwing at them. But as a roamer, you can do similar things, but do it at a further distance and be kind of safe from fuse or something like that, and be able to switch between your roaming role where you disrupt the attack a bit further from the objective.
Oh,
and be
the
quickly
lasers were
running
still
back to
there for a
site
bit
and-
on the Claymore.
And slow down whatever is happening on the objective. With the introduction of
And,
RAM,
oh, the air drive didn't look
vertical
frozen
play
either.
has been playing quite a big role.
I assume
so
it's
with
just
this gadget,
bugged,
you
but
can use it
good to know.
deploy it on the ceiling and disrupt these attackers that are above you. You can also use it
So
to
MPX.
slow down the attackers, freeze them,
And that was a
disrupt
DMR
them,
he
or
had, right?
also freeze other breaching charge that they may be placing on the ceiling.
Frozen device.
Of synergy, I would say, is the
Yeah,
gadget
Maverick
denier.
DMR.
So you
Waffle
have
Gang, rise up.
Bandit, Kaid, and Mute. Tobarao will be joining their rank and denying the wall for the attackers. You can pair this operator with, let's say, Bandit, and give Bandit more time to replace his battery.
I wonder if you can pick it
Bandit
up
trick while the attackers
when
are
it's
trying to
frozen.
reach. The second group, I would say, is the Intel group. You have Pulse and Solus. They provide a lot of information and a lot of intel for Tobarao so he can deploy his gadget and hopefully catch the attackers that are playing upstairs or in the room next to you. The final group is, I would call, the trap operator. So you can think of Ella, Fenrir, or the other trap operators. These gadgets can be paired with the Zoto canister to really create some really disruptive and effective traps for the attackers. Looking at the counters, the first one is Maverick. Because yes, despite having a fiery gadget, he's the only heart breacher who will still be able to go through a reinforcement wall that is effective.
Wait, why did
by
they say
his,
despite
gadget.
having
You
a
can also
fiery
bring
gadget?
an operator like Zofia, because Zofia's explosive charge will not be affected by the Zoto canister. So you can use it to destroy the canister and get rid of the effect. You can also bring frag grenades, which will also not be affected by the Zoto canister. Finally, we also have operators like Twitch and Zero. their gadget, equipped with their laser, will be able to zap the canister and get
I would
rid of the
assume it would
effect.
freeze the drone if it's on
If you
the
just
floor,
wanna
though,
wait
right?
And be patient, you can just wait for the effect to run out. But if you're not patient and you want to get rid of it as quickly as possible, you can shoot it, you can melee it, you can use your sledge and sledge it. It will immediately remove the effect and the ice will melt. Taking a look
So Ash
at
will
the
be
primary
affected?
weapons
Maybe,
of
because it's not
we
an
have two
impact,
options.
it's an
First
explosive.
one is the MPX, which is a classic weapon, one that you can see on the
Third MPX
Valkyrie.
in the game.
It's a wonderful
I like how they say
weapon
Valkyrie, not
for a flex
Warden.
operator. Your second option is the AR-15. Yes, the DMR on defense. This DMR creates a lot of distractions, and also the weapon is pretty loud, pretty powerful. So
Oh,
you
it
have
freezes
no
sense
fear.
walls.
In terms of secondary weapon, you have one option.
Interesting.
P226 MK25. It's a reliable secondary weapon. So we wanted Tabaro
So
to be
no one
able
ever.
to really fulfill his role as a flex operator. So we gave him a balance of 2-2. 2 health, 2 speed.
That's
In terms of
par
secondary
for the
gadgets, you
course
have
for
two
most
options.
secondary,
The first option
or for
is
most
the
DLC
nitro cell,
operators.
which is really useful when you play this
He gets
operator
a
in a vertical
C4?
way. You can try to catch the attacker upstairs if you're able to catch them with your gadget, but be careful.
like that's
don't
a
throw your, nitro cell and your
little
own
much.
gadgets because they will be disabled.
He's losing
So
that.
try
He's
to-
not
try
keeping
to
the
play smart
C4.
and try to anticipate where the players are going to go if you do catch them. Your second option is the proximity alarm. This one
No one's ever
is
bringing
great
that.
to bring if you're more aiming towards using it as an horizontal gameplay. It allows you to put it in the doorway and have an early warning so you can deploy your Zoto canister in this doorway and make the attacker think twice before swinging on you.
I need to know how it works in
This operator
radius.
is
Like if it's
super
just a
unique in
full
the fact that
sphere and it
brings
goes anywhere
not
around it,
only
I don't
a
know.
disabling effect for electronic, but for the first time it brings a disabling effect for mechanical gadget. So it affects pretty
And are
much
defenders
everything.
affected?
At every
They
moment of
didn't
the
really
round,
clarify
you have
that.
something that you can contribute with your gadget, and there's something that you can do that will.
And it hasn't really
hopefully
been
make
evident. The person walked through it, but it looked like they were walking fast,
You
but they
can
still had the
play
red
the
icon.
season
I don't
test
know.
server for Operation Deep Freeze starting tomorrow.
Oh, it is tomorrow. I don't get a
Explore
day
new
off tomorrow.
strategies with his gadget.
They
and
fixed the
kill your
desync.
opponents to the core.
Let's go.
And remember, whether you're on the test server or just playing as usual, reporting issues you encounter to R6Fix will give you the chance to earn some neat rewards. Now, before we wrap up,
Wait, they've
there's
said that
one
before
more
where they
thing.
were like, test servers tomorrow
Get
and it's
ready
Tuesday.
to fight.
A zombie elite skin? Yeah. Oh wait, no. Oh, this is the Street Fighter skins. Grim is Ryu, and then Ying is Chun-Li. Better not be copyrighted music. Oh, they're not elite skins, they're just skins. Oh. I thought they were elite skins. I just want to know if it's actually tomorrow, like test servers tomorrow or not. Because they've said that before, where they're like next week and it's actually the day after. So also, I don't know if you guys noticed, controller changes are not coming till later in the season, like mid-season. It's not at the beginning. Test server tomorrow, live release November 28th. I was right about the 28th. So test server should be tomorrow, then that means I'm going to record a lot tomorrow. Oh my god, I have so much to do. I have to work. No. Millennials, when they find out they have to actually work instead of staying home all day. Fuck. I guess I'm staying home, but I have to work still. So, thoughts overall. Let me pull it up. Oh, actually, it says here, controller improvements does come at the launch, but then I think the leaning comes mid-season. Part 2. I don't know what's part 1 and part 2. Did they talk about the Mira nerf? No. Ash and Callie can shatter Mira mirrors, so you can't really place it on outer walls anymore. No need to come up and melee it. Alright. Leak from Cross, because that wasn't talked about. But, so now Ash and Callie will be able to shatter mirrors. That's terrible. He also said Maestro got buffed. I'm waiting to hear more on that. Maestro now gets 3 evil eyes. Okay. This is going to be... Imagine if Cross is trolling me and all these leaks are fake. But no, they always do that. They never talk about everything in the panel, which they should. They should talk about it a lot more. But yeah, Mira and Maestro buffs apparently. Or Mira nerf, Maestro buff. Let's discuss a few things. So, a new operator. I'm a little skeptical on the balance of the new operator. I think C4 combined with their gadget combined with MPX and an AR seems incredibly strong. I think C4 is going to get removed at either mid-season or year 9 season 1. I think guns will stay the same. New map Lair. Didn't really, I don't know about you guys, like through the presentation, I couldn't really tell how the map would play out. It didn't really look like, I don't know, they didn't show enough. So I have a hard time giving an opinion on that. But Cross in chat said it was really good. So I'm going to trust his judgment on that. Marketplace. I mentioned before, I don't think there's good enough skins in Siege to warrant a marketplace. And it's not like a CSGO marketplace where you can sell skins and actually make real money. You only get credits. So I don't think it's going to thrive that well. I don't know. I'm still interested to see it. I don't think it's going to be great, or like something that a lot of people are going to go crazy for. Controller improvements. I don't play console, so I don't really have much to say on that, but overall good. Give console players what they want. That's a good change. Reputation system is going to be different. Like, it's going to be more intertwined, and you're going to get a lot of bonuses and stuff. They had so much information, I couldn't process it all, so I don't really know what to say. Overall, it's good, though, if they're giving good players good benefits, and then bad players, they're removing stuff from them. That is good. Balancing update. Fuck, what did they talk about in that? Nades. I'm a fan of the nade change. Unpopular opinion. I know everyone else is booing it. I'm a fan of the nade change. I don't remember what else they talked about. Someone in chat remind me. The AI playlist, overall good. Really weird that they're removing T-Hunt. I don't know why they have to remove T-Hunt just to have AI. Why not have both? Map run, overall good. This is something I've been saying since like year 3 of the game, trying to get people to learn the game. I used to tell Drew to go into custom game and just run around the map so that he could learn it. This is a really good way of doing that. Battle Pass update, overall good. It's still funny to me that, like, what has the Battle Passes have been out now for like 2 years. Took them 2 years to finally fix the UI on it. Says a lot about you people, whatever. And then later in the season, or throughout the season, controller improvements part 2. I don't know what is part 1, part 2. I'm assuming the leaning thing is probably part 2 and everything else is part 1. I don't know. Balancing update, again, they didn't, or I don't really remember what else is there. They said, I guess that's just going to be the mid-season patch. And 2 elite skins. I think one is a zombie, the other one is, I can't remember. It was leaked a while ago. And seasonal events, no one cares about that. That is everything. Chat. Overall, though, season dub or L? I think overall it's good. Seems like a really good season. Some questionable decisions and some questionable things, but overall I'd say dub. I know all the people who are saying L or mid in chat right now are just the like grenade through the floor warriors who are upset that they can no longer grenade through the floor. You know what I have to say about that? Get fucked. Nades were a problem for a long time. I'm happy they're finally doing something about it. I don't know. People are going to complain about the map. Guaranteed people are going to see it like already and just be like, this map's terrible. I'm going to ban it, blah, blah, blah. Can't ban it in the first season, which is good. But it looked fine. It was hard to understand because they didn't really show it. They were like, oh, we're going to show you it. And then they had stills for like 5 seconds. So this is the basement layout. The basement's definitely larger than the rest of the map. There's lots of outside area, but you can't go all the way outside from the looks of it. This is the first floor. So this is where I think people will complain because there's no hallways. So people are going to be like, oh, it's just a bunch of small rooms all connected to each other. That's what they complained about with Consulate. And I agree, it is a bunch of small rooms connected to each other, but I don't mind that. I actually prefer that in maps. I don't like when it's just long hallways that connect a bunch of rooms. That's boring to me. And also just like usually not balanced. I don't know where the second floor, well, I don't see it. Or is there only, maybe there isn't a second floor. Is it just basement and first floor? Is that it? I don't know. Overall map, I think looks good. I think there's a lot to be excited for. I'm sure we're going to see the patch notes and there's going to be like Warden lost 1.5, Ash lost R4C and got the M1014, Mira now has no gun, like stuff like that. So I'm sure we're going to see that come out and then people are going to complain. But for now, everything that we've seen looks good. Unannounced stuff that Cross said, just to recap, Mira is now destroyable by Ash Charges and Kali Lances, and then, or maybe Kali Sniper, we don't know. And then Maestro gets a 3rd Maestro turret. Those aren't bad balancing changes. I'm excited to see how it plays out. Tomorrow's test server, we're going to play it like crazy. I'm probably going to be on all day to play test server, and then same with Tuesday, just get as much content as possible. and record everything and make some videos on it.